On Earth 65, a couple of months after the destruction of the Alchemax Collider, Gwen Stacy is struggling to live up to the expectations of her father, who does not know that she is Spider-Woman. He is hunting her after mistakenly believing that she caused the death of her best friend, Peter Parker. One night, Gwen heads over to the Guggenheim Museum after hearing reports of an intruder, only to run into a Renaissance-themed vulture that comes from an alternate universe. Spider people Miguel O'Hara and Jessica Drew arrive using portal-generating watches and subdue the vulture. In the aftermath, Gwen reveals herself to her father, who is distraught and attempts to arrest her. Drew suggests to a reluctant O'Hara that Gwen join the Spider Society, which he begrudgingly accepts. The three then leave Earth 65. In Brooklyn on Earth 1610, Miles Morales is adapting to being Spider-Man while internally handling his feelings for Gwen and struggling to live up to his parents' expectations. While heading to a parent-teacher evaluation, he encounters the Spot, a scientist infused with portals after the Alchemax Collider explosion. Blaming Miles for his dilemma, the Spot brings Miles to Alchemax after a series of skirmishes. He then accidentally transports himself into a void, where he learns to travel to other universes that contain the Alchemax Collider so he can use them to empower himself. Gwen travels to Earth 1610 and she and Miles reconnect, though she is secretly tracking the Spot across dimensions. Miles invisibly watches Gwen trace him, after which Drew contacts Gwen and instructs her to leave Miles behind. Gwen opens a portal, which Miles follows through to Mumbattan on Earth 50101. They encounter Spider-Man Pavik Prabhakar and Hobie Brown before confronting the Spot, who successfully absorbs the power of that world's collider. Miles is struck with a vision of his father dying at the hands of the Spot before the Spot escapes. In the ensuing destruction of the collider, Miles saves a police captain, the father of Prabhakar's girlfriend. However, Mumbattan then begins falling apart from the disruption of a canon event. Members of the Spider Society arrive to assess the damage of the dimensional anomaly, while Miles, Gwen, Prabhakar, and Brown are sent to their headquarters on Earth 928, where hundreds of Spider-Man variants reside. They meet up with O'Hara, and are joined by Peter Parker and his daughter Mayday. O'Hara explains how each Spider-Man story contains canon events, such as the death of a police captain, and that straying from those events threatened the fabric of the multiverse. Miles realizes that his father's death is a canon event. He argues with O'Hara, who imprisons him. However, Brown, an anarchist, helps Miles break loose, then uses a portal to ditch the society. O'Hara orders all of the Spider people to apprehend Miles, resulting in a long chase through the complex. O'Hara eventually pins Miles down and tells him that he was never supposed to become Spider-Man, as the spider that bit him came from another universe, making Miles the original anomaly and leaving that world with no Spider-Man. Miles flees and, with the help of Spider-Bite Margot Kess, returns to his home dimension. Seeing Gwen as a liability, O'Hara kicks her out of the Spider Society and sends her back to her universe. Gwen reconciles with her father, who has decided to resign as police captain. Realizing that his resignation is evidence that canon can be safely violated, Gwen decides to aid Miles, leaving Earth 65 with a bootleg portal watch Brown left with her father for her. As Miles arrives back in his apartment, he reveals to his mother that he is Spider-Man, whom she doesn't recognize. After encountering his deceased uncle, Aaron Davis glitching, and learning that his father has already died, Miles realizes that he is in Earth 42, the homeworld of the spider that bit him. Aaron interrogates Miles, and is soon joined by the Miles of Earth 42, who has become the Prowler. He refuses to send his counterpart to go save his father. O'Hara, Drew, and Ben Reilly travel to Earth 1610 in search of Miles just as the Spot arrives and begins his attack. Ending the movie on a cliffhanger, Gwen, after speaking with Rio and Jefferson on Earth 1610, reassembles a new version of the Spider Gang, consisting of Peter Mayday, Prabhakar Brown Kess, Spider-Man Noir, Penny Parker, and Spider-Ham to find and save Miles from Miguel and the Spider Society and help him stop the Spot from destroying everything he holds dear, along with the Spider-Verse itself. Back in Earth 42, Miles prepares to escape his binds,